already see that the streets are all decked up for Christmas.
We're right now on Oxford Street, which is supposed to be one of the most busy when it comes to Christmas decorations. And it's about 10:30 now.
Yeah.
Took a little 2-hour bus ride from Watford to come here, but it's so cold. It's almost at zero. I think we're just above zero. And at the end of November, after circling across Britain and coming back to London, we have 2 more visits in the city.
When we came here almost a month ago, the temperature was somewhere in the early teens, like 12, 13, 14. And all the trees were full of leaves. It was just autumn and they were all in different colors. But now, just 1 month later, all the leaves have fallen off and the trees look like skeletons. And the temperature has dropped to 0 to 2 degrees now.
After staying with so many British families, we've come to the understanding that the rubber duck is very important in the bathroom.
We have seen it in everybody's bathroom.
But then we didn't know it was that important that there's a whole shop just selling rubber ducks.
I
That's
remember
so cool.
seeing it for the first time when we were watching Mr. Bean.
Yeah. We were just walking into one of the alleys and then we found lanterns, we followed it, and now we're suddenly in Chinatown.
Ni hao.
Wow. Although I do think there's probably more Cantonese people here than those who speak Mandarin.
Should we get a new compound?
Sure.
Xie.
So you might know that Hong Kong, which is a part of China now, used to be a British territory. So until a few years ago, Britain still had quite a bit of a say in the administration of Hong Kong. But after around COVID time, a lot of people from Hong Kong were given an opportunity to move here to the UK. That's why we've seen a lot of people from Hong Kong, Cantonese people, living here in most parts of the country.
Yeah.
We even found the guy who was running the hostel up in the Isle of Skye was from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So
even the person we gave a lift to, the hitchhiker, he was also from Hong Kong.
So it's pretty interesting. I think a similar thing exists with Indians. There's a lot of people from South Asia who live here, but I don't think they have just one small area like how Chinatown seems to be. They're spread across many different areas. We've bumped into so many Indians while walking around on the streets.
Even on public buses and trains, we hear Hindi.
Yeah, so we've just entered Leicester Square Christmas Market. In the center, there's actually William Shakespeare's statue. But then they put this little plaque that says William skates here and made a rink around it, and now everybody's skating there. It's so nice. There are so many little stalls with so much of yummy Christmas snacks.
I can only smell chocolate in the air.
Yeah, there's a waffle place right here. We're so tempted. The prices are crazy. We have now made it to Piccadilly Circus. Feels like we're on a life-size version of Monopoly.
London! Piccadilly Circus! Where the police car keeps going round and round.
Just like us. after losing one of our mics in Oxford and not getting it back despite a month going across. We finally found a brand new mic. This works with our existing setup. We don't have to do anything else. We're at a DJI store.
Luckily, they had a Black Friday sale going on and then the price dropped. But this one costed us £23, which is about
2,700 rupees. It's still a lot more expensive than what we spent on this in China. Like for double this price, we got the whole setup, including a battery case and everything. But still, at least we're back with two mics.
Yeah,
We
the
don't
audio
have to
will be
struggle.
better from now on.
There are many pubs everywhere in London. This one and this one, very narrow,
Very tall,
very tall.
like the Vietnamese.
I can't be bothered. It's a pub.
St. James Palace. We have made it to the Buckingham Palace.
The one place everybody comes to see in London.
We have seen it
Buckingham
now.
Palace.
Just learned that the changing of the guards in front of the Buckingham Palace happens only on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So we come back another day to watch it. It also happens on Sundays. Instead of the changing of the guards, you get to see the parade that day.
So we have to come back for another visit here. Looks like farmers in Britain are upset about something because they've been seeing a lot of tractors driven right off the farm onto the very central streets of London. They've just been driving around in front of Buckingham Palace honking for a long time. Like it's interesting. We've never seen protests like this back home in India. Usually people gather in a central spot and then there's sloganeering. This is the first time we're seeing tractors pull out like this.
They're stuck slogans across their vehicles. They're honking in different kinds of music.
It's like they even have a very annoying horn, which is Baby Shark. It's crazy.
We are now on Regent Street. I think this is one of the most popular streets here because of the curved building. You see, right there.
And because we're leading up to Christmas, the entire road's center is completely decked up in lights. Even the buildings here, this one's a Burberry building and has such beautiful lighting. It's really nice. Just walking up to enjoy the lights when we thought we should go get cookies at a cookie shop. But as we were walking, we found another supermarket and just went in because it was too cold. And there we found cookies, 10 cookies for the price of one cookie that we would have bought at the cookie shop.
And it tastes as good as the one at the cookie shop.
Wow.
So,
One thing we've learned while here in the UK is that if you go to the supermarket as it gets dark, some prices can really change in your favor. Now back on Oxford Street. It's finally past sunset, but it's only 4:30. The lights are already on everywhere in the street. So now we'll head back to our friend's house in Watford and then we'll catch up again in the next part of the vlog where we'll come back into London.
yes. See you soon.
We came here early to catch a spot to see the changing of the guard parade. It's so busy.
But everybody seems to have the same plan. So it's really crowded here.
Look at that crowd. most popular things, free things to do in London, to come see the changing of the guard ceremony. But I'll tell you this, after seeing this from within this huge crowd, we really didn't get to see exactly when the guard changed. I think I caught one moment of it, but that was just it. It's probably best if you get a spot all the way near the gate, but otherwise you can't really see much.
And this behind us is the Victoria Memorial. It's right in front of the Buckingham Palace.
Memorial here.
Palace
right there.
And Hyde Park is right there.
Which is where we're heading next. Victoria was one of the most important queens in the British monarchy, and I think at the peak of the British Empire she was the ruler.
She was even named the Empress of India.
That is why she was able to sort of present the image of the ultimate ruler for a very long time, as long as she was around, and a lot of different monuments across the world, wherever the British Empire extended, seem to have at least one memorial of Queen Victoria. In India also we have so many of these across the country. The one which we visited was in Kolkata at the very start of when we left home to travel full time. And it's interesting for us to be here. I know we come from India, we are Indians, we have so much of history associated with the British rule when India was a colony, and a lot of it isn't the most pleasant to hear or talk about because of all the negativity and the sad things that occurred during that time. But like we've said before, we're just visiting here as tourists. We wanted to experience a part of what the UK is today, and we're grateful we got to see it, and people have been quite nice to us so far.
We're inside Hyde Park now. It looks like a mix of Lal Bagh and Kavan Park of Bangalore.
Which also was designed back then by the British. So there's a lot of greenery.
Few flowers planted all over.
I think in spring and summer this would be more beautiful, but even now a lot of the plants still have their leaves. It's quite nice. In the middle of a very busy city that London is, there's a big lung of green space. So where have we come?
We have come to the Notting Hill Bookshop. This is the same one which you see in the movie Notting Hill. Hello. They call this blind date with a book. They've just written a summary or just 2-3 lines about the book. They've covered up the book so you can't judge it by its cover. So you just pick it up and see what's inside. It's a nice concept.
No, I'm done.
Look at this. It's a secret garden book and look at the sides. It's hardbound and it looks so nice. The bookshop is so small, but still it's so crowded.
So that concludes our trip in the island of Great Britain. That should give you a hint that our trip through the UK is still not over. We have a little bit more to explore. So hopefully in the next vlog, in the next set of vlogs, we'll get an idea of where we're heading. But it's just across the sea, to the west.
Yes.
All hints given. So before we go away, just wanted to give you a quick update on what's happening with our car rental insurance thing. So for the last 1 week, We've been following up repeatedly with the car rental company to help us with documents that the insurance company is asking for, and we're still in the midst of all of this. The pressure on us is quite high because all of this was charged on a credit card, and the credit card bill is due in about 2 weeks, and it's a huge amount of money. So we are very, very stressed about having to deal with this.
And also every day running behind the car company people, asking the insurance company what they need. There are a lot of phone calls going on every single day.
Yeah, it's very consuming of our energy. This is one thing that we never really expected would happen. It's just a lot to deal with right now. By the way, I realized we never spoke about this earlier, but this is what a bus stand looks like in the UK. The road is on this side, but the bus stand faces inward. Looks like people sit on the inside that way, and then when they come out like this, or they go in from the back side. I'm not too sure what it means. Oh, there's our bus. Oh! Wait.
Okay, Ridan, your turn. You hold.
You have to hold it at this level. Okay.
Superman is strong.
Only then you can start breaking apart anything and, offloading in ones and twos.
Somebody is cooking food inside the Buckingham Palace. Or the lit fire.
Meda Vyasha, Hyde Park. Look who we found! It's Santa Claus. He has come with his reindeer. Do you want to have coffee with me?
So we'll see you on the next vlog. Bye.